Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Rush Racing Division 2 at Silverstone. Yes, my home Grand Prix, and it is Division 2 for the sprint weekend. So 2 races, 2 qualifyings, and a lot of points on offer tonight. And it is going to be a very interesting night. We saw pure dominance last week in the Brazilian circuit in Interlagos for round number 9 with the Ferraris. Will we see the same again with a few changes on the grid tonight as well? Due to the AFL final, there's a few people missing. So yeah, I don't know much about AFL, and I wish you all the best, whoever teams you support. But we've got racing on. We had Division 4 earlier, and that was a great race in the sprint. A lot of drama in the sprint, and also a great finish right at the end. NRL, sorry, Nishka. My apologies. NRL final. I think it's the Bulldog. Is it the Storm and Brisbane? I think it is. Yeah. I am not an NRL fan, so yeah, I don't know much about it. But we had a great ending of the Division 4 between F7, Dynasty, and also Bread right at the end there as well, and a very good win for 2A. AFL superior. I do not think so. EPL is superior, my friend. Right. Anyway, let's get straight into the action and go straight over to the paddock. I am your host and comms tonight, SJ, and as you know, I'll be joined by no one. So I will do my best. My voice may be cranky, it may be crackly. I will do my best, as I do have a big night with you guys tonight. So thank you very much to everyone tuning in. As always, I'll try and keep on board with everything on the onboards and also all the predictions as well tonight. I have been given a little bit of a heads up on what to do regarding missing those last pieces of valuable action at the final hurdle on those last laps, so I will try and do my best. But let's let you know who we've got on the grid tonight. We've got Dito in the Williams, Broadstar in the Alpine, Watanabe hosting tonight. Thank you very much for Wonton in the Aston Martin, the TP. Dragon, known as Ink in the Haas. Plugger in his full-time seat. Yes, the man is back in a full-time seat. That happened very fast. TNT jumped to that equation, and he's got him in there for full time as well. So it looked like he was driving for kicks. Unfortunately, he's full time in the V Cup. Then we got Wicked Moist. Then we've got RMPT Flubber, Dr. Drift 4521, number 1 Swift in the Red Bull, Two Door Gaming, Squash Josh in the Red Bull, Ricardo in the Aston, Burrito Man reserving for the Williams. This guy we know has got some serious pace, so it'll be very interesting to watch, see how he goes. Mikey DeBoy stepping up and reserving for the McLarens and for Wicked Moist teammate Lockie. And then got Sprite Apples. Will he be able to turn that P1? Will he be able to get victorious this week? Unfortunately, last week, due to that pin, he did miss out on a P1. But a great race from him. Will he have the momentum and motivation to take a win here at Silverstone? Kaya Sonic in the Alpine. PSD Sebi reserving up again for V Cup. They just can't seem to get that Division 2 slot filled at the moment. Oblivion in the Ferrari Championship leader. Can he cause more of the problems and lead this even further? We'll have to wait and see. Shifty Wizard in the Mercedes and Zenitsu full-time now in the Haas. So that is your lineup. Guys, let me know who you want me to jump on board with, and I will jump on board with someone for a flying lap. 15 people tuning in so far. Thank you very much. Remember, get amongst the comments. Use your channel points. Get amongst it. 80,000 now for the track selection. So get amongst it. We have got 8 rounds left. We need to get the tracks done for Season 10. Remember, it is only the track, not the round. So just vote for the track when you have those 80,000 points. And big up to all of our sponsors as well for this evening. AI369, Cinema Pagnian, and our affiliate this season, SRC. If you need any setups for this track for the remaining divisions of Div 3, 4, 5, and 6, then get amongst it. And if you need them for next week at Monza, then also get amongst it. Comments and code is in the chat. And here we go, 8 minutes and 5 seconds to go in sprint. What are we going to see at the moment? I will jump on board with Toodle Gaming. Let's go on board with the kick. So coming into the first corner, We've got the sprint quali. Let's see, Kick have dropped down from the overalls, but they've had a fantastic start to the week with Division 1. Very, very solid. They're not too good in Division 4. Can they make it up for Division 2? Now coming into turn number 2 very, very nicely there. He's in P10 at the moment. Squash Josh does the fastest lap with 1:26.331. All the tyres there. Everyone on the mediums. Let's see, we've got Flubber doing a 1:26.268. Great job from him. Then Broadstar up into 20:05.874. Massive difference between Broadstar and Flubber. So he's got some serious pace at Silverstone. But let's jump on board with 2-door 72% on the ERS. Now coming up to Chops. How are we going to do here? You've got to keep it really nicely onto the curb. And you can go flat out, and he's lost it there. And he'll definitely drop out of that lap. He may still set a time and get a timing on the board, but one mistake, easy done there. We're going to jump on board with Mikey DeBoy up into P2, Flubber into P3, and Broadstar leading the way with that 25.874. We've also got someone else on the off the track there. Dragon has gone off, and hopefully he doesn't get in the way. He is off the track. Well done. Do not want to get impeding already there. Let's have a look. We go on to Dido. Dido is now coming through into Stowe very, very nicely there. Then coming into the last couple of corners. This is the hardest part of Silverstone. This part here. Where is it going to be for Dido? He was very good in Division 1 last night. And what will he do tonight? We'll have to wait and see. Coming across the line, and it's 26.303. Back down the bottom, we go to Ricardo. Struggled last night, but up into P9. Great job from him. A bit further down again, we go to Burrito Man. He is a long way through. He's got a little bit of a... going to get a bit of a DRS train here, or a bit of a slipstream, sorry, from the Mercedes. That's the interesting. We've got Spry and Oblivion. Oblivion coming into the last couple of corners as well. What's it going to be? And that Ferrari, they've had a fantastic week so far, especially in Division 1 with Jono and Dante. Oblivion only P7, 26.472. He just does not seem to have the qualifying pace, but does seem to have the race pace. Spry Naples there. We're only at 27.8. So, yeah, very interesting there. We've got Burrito Man. He's now going to get a little bit no, he's not going to get a slipstream there because he has not set a lap. Two-door is now gone straight onto the softs, not happy with those mediums. Remember, it is a lot shorter in the sprint, only 5 minutes to go, so very, very quick compared to the full quali, and also the short quali, which we'll jump on board with in a second after the sprint race. Remember, guys, if you've got any questions or any comments, please jump in and let me know as well. At the moment, P1 is Broadstar, P2 is Mikey DeBoy, P3 is Flubber. And let's have a look here. We've still got two guys still to set times. Two-door and Burrito are to set times. 25, only one time. 26, all the way down to P15. Is hardly anything in it. Will we see every single person in the 26s, or will we see everyone in the 25s? We'll have to wait and see. 25 is a very impressive time there from Broadstar, and now we're seeing these guys jump on to the soft compound tyres, getting off those mediums, setting that one stop on the mediums, then getting on to the softs and seeing how quick they can go on the soft. So impressive times so far. We will keep an eye out on Burrito and Two-Door at the moment. I'm going to do a quick prediction. Poll time for sprint. Early 25s, late 25s, or mid. We'll go mid 25s, or other. 2 minutes. No, actually, we'll do a minute. There we go. It's going to be pretty quick there, guys. There's your prediction. 1 minute of prediction. It is in. Get your predictions in. We've got Burrito Man on an out lap. He's about to start very, very soon. 25.874 is the time to beat. Prediction is in the comments, guys. Early 25s, mid 25s, or other. Whole time for sprint. What's it going to be? And remember, there is no safety car for the sprint. So if you make a mistake, unfortunately, you are out of luck, and hopefully nothing else happens at the same time. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, it's going to be a very interesting night. Looking forward to this. This is a very, very fun track. I enjoy it. It is my home track. And yeah, a lot of people do love the old Silverstone at the moment. 16 seconds, guys. Get your points in. Use those channel points. And also, don't forget, tonight we will be doing the old watch-along with the Singapore Grand Prix. And that is going to be very, very exciting as well. So we'll have to wait and see what happens there. A lot of excitement to look forward to tonight with Rush Racing Division 2 and then Singapore later on. And if you are a big, obviously, NRL fan, you've got the NRL and also EPL as well. So, yeah, a lot of sports to look forward to. So here we go. Burrito Man on an outlet. Hasn't set a time. Tudor didn't set a time either. Had a bit of a spin early on those mediums, so he'll be a little bit cagey on how that's going to go. Let's have a look. He's got Mercedes in front of him. Gets out of the way. Very good to see. No impeding at the moment. On the grass as well, so he's getting right out of the way. He's got a lot of traffic coming towards him as well, so hopefully there's no drama there. But Burrito Man, what's it going to be? He's got his TP and teammate of tonight, Dito, over 26.303, and he is down there in P20 with no time set. 1 minute and 39 seconds to go of this Q1 of SQ1. And let's see how we are going to go here at Silverstone. Is anyone going to be able to get into the 25s, or are we looking at that qualifying time? Is that going to be improved? We'll have to wait and see. 1 minute and 20 to go. Now, Burrito Man coming through. Maggots and Beckett's. The probably best corner of Silverstone, or one of the track names. Absolutely love the name. Can be very difficult to master sometimes if you do not get your lines correct. But now he's coming into Stowe. Very, very nicely there. I'm going to get that last corner because that's going to bug me. What that last corner is Silverstone as well. Let me just see. Right, so he comes into, there's the hang straight. Vale and Club. There we go. They were the two I was after. All right. I can't remember all of the names, but Burrito goes pole with a 1:25.802. So there we go. Where we see there, Burrito Man, what a time. And he has picked Broadstar by 74 hundredths at the top. So interesting to see, or 74 thousandths there. We'll have to wait and see what's going to happen here, but great time for Burrito Man. We've then got Broadstar, who is on a lap. We've got other people on a lap as well, and it looks like Squash Josh and Kyotonic is out. He has lost it. What has happened there? He's lost it into the wall. Has he lost it into the wall? Have you lost it there, mate? Wow, drama here. Kyotonic. Sebi is out as well. So we've got two retirements already in the sprint quali. We're going a little bit further back up because we need to see where Broadstar is. He's coming around the corner. Are we going to see him pip the pole position? Yes, we are. 25.6. No, Mikey the Boy goes quicker. A 25.677. Broadstar 25.6. 737, Burrito Man, he's not going to have another go. He's not going to get the opportunity to. No, drift up into P4. We've got people moving up left, right, and centre at the moment. Mikey the Boy is pole position. What about the Ferrari coming around the final corner of Oblivion? Can he improve? He is up into P5. Who is next? It's the other Williams driver of Dito. What's he going to do? Burrito Man has decided to retire as well. And Dino up into P2 as well. Fantastic start there. We've then got the Mercedes of Flubber up into P6. We've got the McLaren of Wicked down there in P11. We've got the other Ferrari of Spry. He goes up to P9. I cannot keep up. I'm trying to as much as I can. We've got Shifty up into P10. Everyone is moving around like clockwork. We've got Squash Josh coming around the final corners as well. What's that going to be? Up into P4. Great start for Red Bull. 4th and 5th. And that is your qualifying, ladies and gentlemen, of the sprint qualifying. And predictions are correct. Did we get early 25s? Did we get mid 25s? We got other, because mid is just past it. So other won the bet there, because early is not early 25s. That is right over mid. So we have just on the other one there, unfortunately. So everyone's lost out on that. So unfortunately, I had too much speed through Maggots and Beckett's and understood before the straight. Well, bit of drama there, but congratulations to the pole of the sprint. Fantastic start there. for Mikey the Boy, the reserve for McLaren. And there you go, P1, Mikey the Boy, 25,677, 49 thousandths between him and Dito up into P2. Then Broadstar, 60 thousandths behind him. And then we've got 92 thousandths of Squash Josh behind him, 25s from P1 all the way down to P9, and then all the way down the bottom. There we go. Absolutely fantastic. But great start there for the Red Bull. I think it was 4th and 5th. So great start. Let's have a look and see what happens going in to the sprint race now. Remember, no safety car. So what is going to happen? We'll have to wait and see. Remember, the predictions will go out. We will do as much as I can. And yes, we do get the comments coming in, guys. If you have not got the channel points yet, keep getting your predictions in, guys. Then we will get there in the end. And we are about to get underway of the sprint race itself. Right, ladies and gentlemen, 4 red lights, 5 red lights at the sprint, round number 10 for Silverstone, and we are away. And there we go, DRS, and it's all messing around there at the moment at the front. It will sort itself out. We have got, it looks like Dino at the front. It will sort itself out, so keep an eye out at the front. Just have to wait for it to turn around and change. Oh, someone's gone off there. Bit of drama there for the Red Bull driver. And we're going a little bit further back down. Shifty Wizard's got 3 seconds of time for cutting the track there. Someone went way off track. And we'll have to wait and see what happens there. But yeah, we'll just look at that. Lap 1 was noted. But at the moment, I'm just trying to work out who's in front. There we go. We're back to normal. Dino is out in front at the moment. Lap 1. Oops, sorry, wrong button. Lap 1 has been noted. There we go. So we've got Dino and Broadstar in P1 and P2. Let's have a look at those tyres. All on mediums, apart from Flabber on the hards. Interesting strap there from Mercedes. I don't know if that's going to work out for him because he's in extreme traffic with his teammate as well. Down there in P18, P19. Mercedes not doing the biz in this sprint race at the moment. We've got the 2 Red Bulls as well. They were way up to the top. Now they've gone way down. We've got Swift down 8th and we've got Squash Josh down to 12th. A little bit further down up to the bottom, we've got Squash Josh and Wicked going at it. Squash Josh now trying to put pressure on Sonic. Then we've got Plugger and Wicked Moist going into it. Someone's gone in. Wicked Moist is into the bits. What's happened there? He's got damage to that front left. A very early pit stop for him. A little bit of drama at the back. We've got Shifty and Toodle going side by side, coming into the last corner of lap number 2 now. Back up to the front. They're still going side by side. And Toodle down to P18. Wicked down there P20. And Dito out in front at the moment in P1. Broadstar. Then Mikey the Boy, Burrito, Drift, Oblivion, Zenitsu, Swift. And that are your points. Finishes currently. And then we've got Spry, Sonic, Squash Josh. And we've got a move going on here as Broadstar has got the move done on Dito into P1. Dito following very closely behind Mikey the Boy in that P3 spot. And then we've got his teammate, Eve Burrito Man in P4. So Williams doing a fantastic job in P2 and P4. And the Ferraris also P6 and P9. Just out of the points currently though, for the time being for Spry. We'll have to wait and see if he can catch on to the back of number 1, Swift. Then we've got Burrito Man putting the pressure on Mikey the Boy. It is a 4-way battle at the moment between Burrito, Mikey, Dito, and Broadstar. Rift is trying to stay with the pack at the moment. We're going to go a little bit further back down. We've got a second between Squash Josh and Sonic. He's out of the DRS. He's burning as much as he can to get back into it. Dito and Mikey the Boy are going side by side. Dito's got the better line there, and he's back into P2, but he doesn't want to keep battling. Burrito Man is up into P4. He's going side by side with Mikey the Boy in the last corner there. Oh, no! Oblivion has lost it. He's gone round. He's down there in P9. He's spun and he's dropped down into P10 now. That could have been curtains for the Ferrari driver. Sebi is out of this race. He is retired. He's called it very early on here in the sprint race. Wicked Moist down there in P20 is continuing. Broadstar 1.3 seconds out in front. Dino's got to be careful now, but he does have his teammate behind of Burrito. P2 and P3 for Williams. Burrito is getting very close to his teammate. They need to get back into the DRS of Broadstar there. Back down the bottom. Squash Josh going side by side with Oblivion. Squash Josh on the left, Oblivion on the right. There's a bit of a squeeze there. They're still going to go side by side. It looks like they could be going side by side into Cops. This is dangerous. Still side by side. Look at this. Look at this from the chopper view. Squash Josh has gone miles off track. He's then having to hold the position. Oblivion is still with him behind, and he is losing so much time to the front. He needs to be careful he doesn't lose too much time and then lose that position. He is out of position at the moment in P10. Great racing there between the Red Bull and the Ferrari. We're going to jump on board with Burrito Man at the moment. No, we're not. We're going to go on board with Rift because Rift is going side by side with Mikey DeBoy. There's so much going on in this sprint, ladies and gentlemen. This is Division 2, and they are extremely competitive. You've seen this week in, week out, and at the moment, 8 guys are scoring points and the rest are not. What is going to happen here? We've already seen one spin, and we've already seen Broadstar trying to run away, but 1.3 seconds out in front. We've then got Wonton down there in P15, Dragon in P14. They're all battling. There is absolutely fantastic driving here so far. Rift got the move done on Mikey DeBoy up into P4 now. We're going to jump on board with... let's jump on board with number 1 Swift for a lap. Lap 4 out of 9. Alright, we're just about to finish up on and on board from number 1 Swift. Not much has changed at the moment, but what has changed? Oh, there's a massive accident! Absolute scenes here! Mikey DeBoy has been absolutely smashed into, and that is a big accident in the sprint. We saw that. He lost it coming out of the final corner, and I think it's Zenitsu has gone, or sorry, it's Dragon has gone, it's Zenitsu. It's gone straight into him. What has happened there? That is absolute drama. From scenes here at the sprint round, lap number 5 noted. Wow, that was, we're going to go to lap 4 or 5 noted. Sprint. Wow. Mikey DeBoy was doing so well. What has happened there? He's lost it. And then he's been absolutely collected by the Hash driver. I don't know if he's been able to get out of the way there. Back out in the front though. Dino and Burrito Man. I'm just going to go back a little bit further down there because Wonton is now putting the pressure on Flubber in that 14th position. Back up to the front. Dino has pushed on to the position of Broadstar, and yeah, it's a nice little DRS train now between the Williams and the Alpine. So it's Alpine versus Williams, and I'm going to put a prediction in, ladies and gentlemen. Sprint win, Alpine, Williams, or other. There you go, guys. You've got 2 minutes. There's your prediction. Fire it in. Let's see who's going to get it. Wicked Moist gets a 3-second time pen there. And we've got 3 laps to go of this race. And who is going to take the win here? Is it going to be Broadstar? We've got someone that's retired. Zenitsu's called it. He's retired. So there you go. There's 3 retirements already. Hello, Campbell. Welcome to the stream, my friend. Broadstar in P1. Dino in P2. Burrito in P3. Rift in P4. Number 1 Swift Well, who do you think is driving the Ferrari? That would obviously be Oblivion, wouldn't it? There we go. Okay. Point to Broadstar, Dino, Burrito Man, Drift, Swift, Spry, Kaitonic, Squash Josh, all into P8 positions at the moment. We'll have to wait and see what's going to happen here as there's battles going on. But number one, Swift is out of the DRS zone of 1.4 seconds in that Red Bull at the moment. We'll have to wait and see. We've got a bit of drama going on here as I see some yellows flashing. And, yep, seems to be all good at the moment. But, yeah, back up to the front. And there's still battle going on between the two Williams and the Alpine driver. And we're going to go further back down. We've got Kaitonic down there in P7. He's now up into P7. Squash Josh into P8 in the last points at the moment. Oblivion not far behind. 4.5 tenths at the moment. Okay, alright, just want to know a little bit of research there. Alright, there we go, back out to the front. Dino getting closer to the back of Broadstar. We'll have to wait and see what happens here. We've got predictions in 500. Well, you really are being tight on your points today, guys. 500 each. I'll beat that tomorrow. We'll have to wait and see how that goes. But at the moment, Drift out the DRS, Swift out the DRS, and also Plugger out of the DRS as well. So a few guys out of the DRS, we're still going up to the front because it is the battles between Williams and Alpine at the moment. It's the two drivers and two teammates of Dino and Burrito Man in P2 and P3. They are really putting the pressure on Broadstar, and they've pulled away from Drift. So it is a 3-horse race in this sprint race at the moment. The question is, who is going to be able to get the move done? They do not have the ERS management compared to Broadstar, so it is all about maintaining and ready to go for the move, which is necessary, and when that is necessary. That's going to be the question. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see what happens here at the moment. A little bit further down, we've got Kaitonic and Spry getting everyone in a DRS train at the moment, which is very exciting to see. Oblivion in that P9 position is out of the points at the moment with Squash Josh. And we've then got Flubber and Plugger going at it as well. Right at the end, one more lap to go of racing here at the sprint. Plugger in P11, Flubber in P10. They're going at it. Back up to the front, Burrito Man. Is he going to go for the move? Yes, he has. He's decided to go for it. So Dino has moved over and he's let his teammate go for the move for Broadstar. See if he can get him. And here goes Burrito. He is now 7.5 tenths with DRS. We're going to jump on board with Burrito for a flying lap. Of him. He's going to be the last lap, so let's see how this is going to go. Oh, he's got it all wrong though. He's got it all wrong coming into that last couple of corners there. Then he's now coming into Vale and I think it's Vale and Brooklands, not Vale and Brooklands, sorry, Vale and Club in the last couple of corners, and he really is going to have to push in on that. Broadstar is in control with his ERS management. We saw this before. We've seen it again and again. And it doesn't mean, is he going to be able to get it? We'll have to wait and see what happens here. But it's looking very exciting. Dino in that P3 position. Look like they've locked this in, Williams, tonight. P2 and P3. Broadstar in that P1. 7.5 tenths. Saving all of his ERS. Burrito Man is still trying to go for it. Still trying to go for the move. Let's have a look. Is anything going to happen on this final lap? Here, Broadstar under pressure. He knows how much he's got. Kaitonic down there in P7. His other teammate. We've got Squash Josh in that P8. Is Oblivion going to be able to get the move done on Squash Josh and get that last point? Here we go. There's hardly anything in it between Burrito and Broadstar. It is all about ERS and DRS at the moment. I don't think it's going to be enough though. Is Dino going to go for the move on his teammate and get the final points as he's the reserve? Let's have to wait and see. Here we go. Coming around into the final straight of Silverstone down into Stowe very, very shortly. Here we go. Let's have a look. He's getting closer and closer. He's not going to be able to do it. And Broadstar is going to be able to get the job done here. It looks like it. Burrito, is he going to move over? Yes, he does. Good work there from the Williams drivers. And Dido is going to take P2. Broadstar is going to take P1. Coming round to Club to get the win. Burrito into P3 and Dido into P2, Riften P4, Swift P5, Spry P6, Skyo P7 and Squash Josh rounds out your points in P8. Very good sprint race there from the Williams and Broadstar. Fantastic job from those guys. Right. I may have a comms for the second stint, which is really good. Okay. Great job there from the Williams guys. Fantastic. Just couldn't catch Broadstar with ERS, and we will be getting another commentator coming in to join me, which is great because my voice is going to be gone. 128.440 for Broadstar, gets the fastest lap, so he gets extra points there. Fantastic. Dido in P2, Burrito Man in P3. They are your top three. Drift and then Swift, Spry, then Kyatonic, then Squash Josh round out your points. Oblivion, Flubber, Plugger, Dragon, Cardo, Watanabe, Tudor, Shifty, Wicked, Zenitsu, Mikey the Boy, Sebi, and we have lost the host. So hopefully someone has got a screenshot of that because Watanabe has left the session. Hopefully this doesn't cause any problems and we will be able to continue. If not, then we will have to continue the short quali. Oh, rain, ladies and gentlemen. Rain, rain, rain. There we go. This is going to be very exciting to see what we are going to see, what happens here in quali. And this is going to be very interesting. Well, yeah, this is going to be exciting here. Look at this. Wet inters, a lot of wet tyres. Yep, I'm just looking at the moment just to see if there is any issues at the moment, just to see, because Wonton will need an invite as well. Oh, stupid game, eh? Absolute crap. But it is what it is. And yeah, here we go. We've got 17 minutes in Q1 and we are about to, see what happens here. But this is going to be very interesting. This now is 50-50 unless there's any rain merchants. And I know that Squash Josh is a rain merchant. He loves the rain, so he'll be one to watch out for as well. I don't know how it is going to go for the rest of the guys as well. But yeah, let me know. Also, if you have just dropped out, Wonton, let me know when you're back in. And Tuesday, mate, let me know when you're online, Mo, and I will send you a quick invite. And I will only do it once on this because there is no other comms to send invites. So, yeah, we'll get you back. We'll get you in as soon as possible. But this is going to be... Yeah, racing on grand final night. Wonton is in. Yes, we... no time for the Wicked Yuki, mate. We've got to keep going. We've got to keep going, mate. Cannot stop. Up the Broncos. Alright, Broadstar is the host. That's all good. We'll have to wait and see how we go. If we lose connection and lose issues, then we can sort those issues out at the moment. Wonton is in. We've got these guys coming in out laps. Tuesday, let me know when you are in, mate, and I will send you an invite and we'll get going. But here we go. We've got a lot of guys deciding now to go on to inters instead of the wets. They feel that it is not wet tyres at the moment. Anyone gone out on the wets? Zenitsu has made a decision to go on the wets there, and you can see what that track looks like at the moment. Any standing water? That's going to be the question because you're going to need standing water for those wets. Inters will not be the tyre if that is the case. We'll have to wait and see what happens at the moment. It still looks quite... looks like a few puddles out there, but everyone deciding to go on to those inters. So we'll jump on board with Zenitsu for flying lap just to see how he goes on those wet tyres. And yeah, I reckon we'll see in a second. I should unban you. Really? Should I? Why is that? Yes, we got at the moment. Got Zenitsu on those wets. We'll have to go and see. Jatuzi, mate, you all good? I can send you an invite. Let's just see if we can get you in very, very quickly. That's nice, Kalki. Oh, okay, all good. No drama. Nice confidence there. And I'm the Pope. Okay. Dido in P1 at the moment. Broadstone P2. Watanabe in P3. We'll have to wait and see what's going to happen here. But Zenitsu is about to start his lap. So here you go, ladies and gentlemen. I'll jump on board for a flyer. And you enjoy his flying up in the wet. Okay, so Zenitsu coming around into the final corner on those wet tyres. Let's just wait and see. Let's just wait and see what he can do at the moment. Here we go. So is it wets? Well, into P2 with a 143.140. So that is a couple of attempts off. Let's have a look there. That is 2.292 off Broadstar. So interesting to see, and we're going to have to wait and see. Needs an invite, Gov. No worries, mate. Let's see where you are. Hopefully you're on. We are going to lose the stream for a second, so I do apologise. I would have someone else, but unfortunately it's just myself. Chatuzi, there you go, mate. Jump in, mate. Get amongst it. Welcome. There isn't one, Yuki, unfortunately. Right, back to some fantastic Q1 action. Is it going to dry? That might be the question. We'll have to wait and see. I'll just do that. I'll just do that now. Let's just do a prediction. Will quali dry? Oh, hang on. What's this? Sprint win. There we go. So Alpine got the sprint win there. So congratulations to them. And then we're going to go on predictions here. Will feature quali dry? Ooh. Dry. Ooh, dry. Yes. No. How long have we got in quali? We'll go 5 minutes. There we go. 5 minutes. There we go. Right. So, let's have a look. Is it going to dry? We'll have to wait and see. Yeah. Right, so Zenitsu's come into the pits. He's decided that those wet tyres may not be the key here. Looks like it is drying up a little bit than it was earlier on in the session. And welcome in, as never too very good to be late, but good to be here. Welcome to the stream, Tuzi.
Hello. Yeah, sorry to leave you hanging there, but yeah, sorted it all out. Now we're ready to go for quali and for the feature. But yeah, looking forward to it, especially with the unprecedented conditions that are occurring right now as Man locks up a bit into his run.
Yeah, it's been a fantastic sprint round. He missed a very, very good sprint quality and good sprint round as well. And the question is going to be, Tuesday, on this one is anyone going to be able to catch this man out in front at the moment, Broadstar? He was very, very quick. His ERS management was on key and on point in the sprint. And we saw a very, very good performance from the two Williams drivers there, especially Burrito Man. And the Wonton going on 42.555. So, what do you think? Is there going to be an opportunity for someone else to cause a problem in the feature over Broadstar?
Oh, there always is. You know, some people have their moments in qualifying and bring it back in the race. And someone like Broadster, you know, he has got good pace and he's got great quality pace. Um, you have said he's shown in the sprint and sprint quali. So, I mean, there's always someone that will pop up out of nowhere. In Imola, it was Burrito Man, and he did quite well in the sprint today. And, you know, I feel like a lot of people also have some pace in them that they haven't got to shown yet because of you know, just the sprint, how long it is, and differing strategies and setups.
Yep, definitely. It's going to be very interesting to see because when you have a situation like this in Q1, in rain conditions, it is 50-50. You know, we just don't know. We're now seeing Wonton P1. We're now seeing Ricardo P3. We didn't see them anywhere else earlier on. Squash Josh, we know, is fantastic in the rain. He loves the rain. The question is it going to dry up later on? We've put a prediction in, so put your votes in. What's going to happen in the feature? We'll have to wait and see. Is it going to be dry? Is it going to be wet? You know, we've seen a lot this week, and I don't know if you've seen as well that the tyres just don't seem to last at the moment. We saw F7 having to make a two-stop. He lost the win due to making that stop. Did get P3, fantastic comeback. So this is going to be very interesting, isn't it? From what we saw in the sprint to what we're going to see in the feature to see how the tyres go.
Yeah, 100%. And the track's just going to keep getting better. Like, Rift in the Sour puts it P2, 142.1. 2/10 off of Burrito Man. So, again, the pace is just always evolving throughout these wet conditions. And I believe it looks like the rain's eased off from what we can see in the game. But that dry line is forming a little bit. I'm sure Whiff will be happy with a provisional P2 from him for now.
Yeah, he's had a very good night so far. The reserves have been very good, and there was a bad accident. I don't know if you saw it with, obviously, your fellow McLaren teammate tonight. Mikey the boy lost it and then absolutely got collected by the Haas there and was out and was in a great position. Was in P4, and Rift has really pushed himself through the pecking order as well. You can see the difference between him and Tudor. Even though Tudor is reserving tonight, Rift is doing a fantastic job, but has already started to turn around and said that he wants to score some points. Some solid points. As we are seeing, there's a bit of a difference at the moment. Look at that. You can see there is 42.1 to a 140.9. So Burrito Man is 2 seconds. I think he's 2 seconds, nearly 2 seconds, just 1.2 quicker than Drift at the moment. So he's got some serious pace in that cut, and he has done 5 laps on the inters. So I reckon we are going to see these guys go a little bit long on those inters to get the track temperature, and then obviously we'll see some better times. But at the moment, it's all over the place. Is Burrito Man, Kyotonic, Drift are your top 3. Kyotonic now up in a P2. It's changing around like musical chairs.
Yeah, and you can definitely see some differing strategies here. Like Burrito Man, he's done 5 laps on the inters. Some others opting to come into the pits and get some fresh sets on. And this is the point where it's kind of do or die here. Whether you just put one set on and fuel up the car for run after run and see if you can constantly improve with the track getting that slightly less wet. And yeah, some of them have thought to just come in and put new tyres on, and Burrito Man up the front is really struggling. Whether he's on a lap or not, he just went really wide. So yeah, I mean, the tyres in wet conditions aren't going to be as good as you'd hope them to be, but there you go, the fresh set, a 140.70. So is that the track or is that the tyres?
Well, we're gonna have to wait and see. We've got one, two, three, four guys. Well, we've got three guys to jump on board with an outlap. Squash, Josh, Ricardo, or Sebi. Who do you want to jump on board with Tuesday?
Uh, what was that? Squash Josh?
Yep, over to you, my friend. He's coming into the last couple of corners now, into Vale, and then into Club, and over to you.
Alrighty, well, in the wet conditions, a bit of a tricky one. Try not to slide the car into turn one like he nearly did there. Start the lap with a little bit of burning down to the first corner. Flick it into seventh gear, which, yeah, not getting much revs in wet conditions. Use the curb on the right hand side here. A little bit of a slide and he goes off of his line. But anyway, the dry line is still there and will still help him. Round turn 3, using the dry line all the way through this left-hander. Now burn the battery all the way down into the long left and right handers. Very, very tricky for your lap. Make or break. Late on the brakes here and flick the car in, not hitting the curb too much there for Squash Josh. Using the car to rotate battery on the exit. Oh, it's very, very slidey. All the way down now to the most crucial part of the lap, the S's into Maggots and Beckett's. He slides it in quite well. He doesn't run too wide. The track does look like it's getting better from the times that are popping up from other drivers. Move the car to the right, flick it into the left, lift off. Oh, I mean, it's close. It's hard to say in wet conditions. I haven't done much practice myself. Now burning ERS all the way down to the final corners of the lap. Brake late and flick it in using the curb on the left and right hand side of the track. Now a bit tricky in here, using the curb on the left and instantly flicking the car to the right to get that curb again for rotation, and back on the power and ERS, and he's out of deploy actually at the end. So a 140.5 P2 for him, but 5/10 off of a provisional pole position.
Yeah, no, definitely. As you can see there, on fresher tyres, but just doesn't seem to have it at the moment to Mikey the Boy, who is just under 139.862. We've got a few guys coming around now. It looks like you've got the Aston Martin of Ricardo, who looks like he is about to start again. We are seeing a very dry line now, but the conditions are absolutely chucking it down. There is a dry line, which is great for the guys, so we are going to see some times improve. Ricardo is continuing on another lap. Ferrari driver Spry is about to start an outlap. We've got anyone else on a flyer. We've got Burrito Man on an outlap. We've got the other McLaren driver of Wicked. He is on an outlap. Lots of people on. I don't think anyone's on a flyer at the moment. Two-door doesn't... Oh, he could be on a flyer. Two-door. Let's have a look. We've got Mercedes there as well. I'm just trying to find out some people. We've got Shifty on an outlap. Trying to think. We've got the Haas of Dragon. Is he on a flyer? Yes, he is. Here we go. So he's in P8. His teammates in P3. And we have seen in this division at the moment that the Haas are really starting to perform in this division since they have signed the likes of Zenitsu. So they've got a point to prove, and especially last week were very unfortunate. So tonight could be a point for Haas to prove something.
Yeah, and D. White's obviously made it very known that he wants the team to build off of the low momentum they had in the first half of the season. And Dragon does put it on provisional pole by a good 3/10. So D. White, if he's watching, will be quite happy with that for now. A minute and 20 left in the session. So some of these guys have come into the pit quite late to change their tyres. Looks like the only one now left on very old tyres is Tudor. And he is on a lap, I believe, if not on an in-lap. He's out of deploy. He's coming to line. He's 9/10 up. That would put him around the front four. And a 141.1, just barely out of the top 7 there for him. But anyways, yeah, the track is getting far better than it was at the start.
Yeah, definitely. He's lost way too much time on that final corner there in club, using all that deployment as well. And that's the massive thing. You really do need the deployment here, especially on those final couple of corners as well. Even though you aren't going to have any DRS, you still are going to gain it back a lot more quicker than you would normally in these wet conditions at the moment. These guys are now coming to the final hurdle here. We're not seeing any changes at the moment. It looks like Dragon is on pole position. Will he be able to keep it? The Williams have been on fire tonight. Broadstar's been on fire. We are seeing a massive change at the top. Burrito Man looks to be very, very quick. He's on fresh. A lot of people on fresh. We've got a lot of guys coming around the corner now to finish off their times. It looks like we've got the Mercedes as well on Flubbert. No, sorry, that's Shifty down there in P20. He's about to start a lap. We've got a Kick Sauber that looks like it's coming into the pits or coming around the final corner. Now, Rift is not going to be able to go again. He is invalidated. We saw him earlier. He was up into P3. He's now down to P13. Things have changed very quickly. We've got Broadstar. He was phenomenal in the sprint. Can he do it? 29% ERS crossing the line. It's looking quick. He goes pole with a 38.8. He has smashed the timings at the moment. Can anyone beat that? Dragon staying P2 at the moment. Dragon is now into P2. Dino up into P3. He's not going to improve anymore. Mikey DeBoy, what's Mikey DeBoy going to be? No, he's done his time. Who else is coming around the final corner? We've got the other McLaren of Wicked. He's done. We've got the Ferraris of Oblivion and Spry. Spry's coming around the final corner. The both McLarens are done. They're finished. Can anyone else cause any problems? And this is the time to do it because the track is still warming up. They're getting better times, but no, he's in the 40s. No improvement there. We've got a lot of guys coming around the final corner as well. We've got number one Swift into P5. Burrito Man goes pole with a 38.247. Smashes Broadstar's time. Now one time up in a P3. Things are still changing at the top at the moment. We've got the other Alpine driver of Kyatonic. He's invalidated. He's not going to improve. We've then got Oblivion. He's invalidated. He's not going to improve. We've got Plugger. What's Plugger going to do in the final corners there? We've got Dragon's Nitsa in P4 and P5. Plugger in a P12. And we've got Shifty Wisdom, the last car of the grid. What's he going to do? Can he improve? Yes, he can, up into P18. What a quality session that was. Just absolute improvement after improvement after improvement. Two guys in the 38s, 39s from P3 all the way down to P8, and then the 40s all the way down to P15, and 41s P16 to P18, and then 42s at the bottom. And you would have never thought of seeing the championship leader at the bottom in quali. Tuesday.
Wow. I mean, yeah, what an end to a quali session. I mean, that's what the wet conditions do. And at the end there, we saw a McLaren, I believe, on provisional front row, and all of the cars in front of him improved laps. He's down to eighth now. And yeah, Broadstar, people like Broadstar, Watanabe, the two Haas having a good showing. The Williams P1 and P6, Adito will be happy with his reserve choice for this evening. Maybe a little bit of a scouting from Imola there, but yeah, I mean, Burrito Man looks like he's ready to take on Broadstar here.
Oh yeah, fantastic! It's going to be a very interesting battle. We saw it earlier on. Broadstar made a big mistake in the sprint, and the Dino let him continue to do his best there. But the Hasses, what a start for the Hasses! And we were talking about them, giving them a little bit of a spotlight as well in Dragon and Zenitsu, and they've done phenomenal since they've jumped in. And Haas need the points. They do need the points. They are sitting bottom, unfortunately, 564 points, and this is massive for them. They could really cause a bit of a storm to the Williams and to VCARB at the moment. But we have seen the Ferraris start the week very, very well. It looks like they're in prime time at the moment, but yet again, Tuesday, it's changed again, and it looks like we're going to have a very interesting race. And it's not who you think is at the top, as you would normally think.
No, I mean, the two Ferraris, a bit of a disappointment for them in quali today, coming off of a 1-2 in Brazil. So, I mean, yeah, whatever happened with Oblivion there at the end, starting from last, whether we'll see him climb up the ranks again, he's going to need points to keep that championship lead. But we know he always comes out with a burst of pace in the race, and he'll be looking to do that today, 100%.
Definitely. I'm going to let you take away the start of the feature. It's looking dry, but it does look quite overcasty. So are we going to have Are we going to have wet racing? So over to you, Tuesday.
And we get the 5 red lights at our grid boxes, and it's lights out, and away we go. Burrito Man looking to get a good start, and he does. Broadster slots in behind, not wasting any time. A good getaway for them too from the rest of the grid. Zenitsu's up into third, and a big fall for someone there. Don't know who it was. Oblivion already up into 16th. Dido up into 4th, and Mikey gaining some positions there too. Not a bad start for the Haas and the Williams. Now, Burrito Man looking to keep his lead. He's breaking the slipstream, but Broadster's right on his rear wing, coming up into the first overtaking point. He goes down the inside. A bit of a slide there for Burrito Man, and he's down into second. Now under pressure by Zenitsu, already coming into a long straight here without DRS, obviously on the first lap. Broadster getting the move done quite easily through there. Maybe a bit controversial with the contact, but wow, what a move already. Zenitsu looking to try and get up into that second podium position already. The two Aston Martins working together in P4 and P5. Watanabe hoping for another podium here in Silverstone. Dido right on the back too, but Burrito Man, he's not had enough with Broster. He takes the lead back of the race, down the hanger straight, now into the final corners of lap 1. Broadster now slotting back in behind Burrito Man. Dragon already has a 3-second down in 9th place. He's lost a few positions off the start there, and Burrito Man rounds the final corner, and he's leading the race after lap 1.
Yeah, very mixture of strategy there as well on some of the tyres. We're seeing a few guys, Piet, Kytonic coming in, Wicked, Moist coming in. Obviously may have had contact there. We've got Burrito Man and Broadstar. This looks like this is going to be a fantastic night of racing here. Everyone is so close together, and you cannot lose the DRS here. It's so powerful, and we've got a lot of battles going on. We've seen the Hasters, they were doing fantastic, and then we've got one in P3 and one down in P9. Mikey the boys decided to go on the softs. Dragon's gone on the hards. Flubber's on the hards. Swift's on the hards, and obviously Wicked and Kyotonic both from the hards as well, now pitting everyone else on to the mediums. There is a nice little battle there, but Rio Man is now trying to pull away 6.5 tenths, but fan down to the mid-pack. Oblivion and Plugger going to go side by side. Are they going to have a nice little battle there? Oblivion out in front, up into P11. He's made a lot of spots. He is flying on those mediums. He knows he needs to keep, and he needs to be able to stay on to this championship fight at the moment, and he can't drop points at the moment. One Ferrari in P11 on one in P17. We did see a little bit of a spin early on with him in the sprint, but now he's right on the back of Squash Josh, and he's really going for the move, and it looks like he's not going to go for the move. Stays behind Squash Josh. We've got moves going on left, right and centre at the moment. No one making any moves, but trying to make a move. Going back up to the front, Burrito Man up into P1, Portstar P2, Zenitsu P3. They are your top three. Wonton, Dido, Ricardo, Mikey Boy, Sebi, Dragon, Squash Josh. Oblivion is all over the back of Squash Josh at the moment. Then you've got Plugger, then Flubber, then Tudor, then Shifty, then Swift, then Spry, then Rift, then Wicked, then Kyotonic. They are your positions. Back to you, Tutuzi, on the front.
Yeah, I mean, Burrito Man and Broadster are going back and forth. They're up the front, always trying to make moves. Broadster, he's not too happy slotting in second place. He doesn't want that dirty air for the duration of his stint, and it looks like he's going to try and make a move. No, he's going to hang it in and wait for probably the hanger straight with DRS now on lap 3. The ERS between them is almost identical heading into near Maggots and Beckett's, and yeah, I mean, Burrito Man looking strong already, fastest lap after fastest lap. Broadster can't really get it done even with DRS. And the position changes between some of the grid is crazy. I mean, Oblivion already up into 10th place. Dragon picks up another 3-second. Not too good for him in the opening stages of this race. And now, Broadster will probably have a go here for a move. DRS, he stopped burning, so we won't see a move, unfortunately. And down the back of the grid, Dido makes the position up into 5th. And the McLaren slots in behind in 7th. Not too bad of a start for him.
Dragon had a bit of a situation there. I cannot, for some reason, get on him. Hang on, bear with me. I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to change the camera angle. There we go. No, it's not changing. No, there we go. I don't know what's going on. There we go. But Dragon's had a bit of an incident there, and he is all the way down into P18. So I don't know if he's made contact. We've got position changes there. Back up to the front. Burrito Man and Broadstar still going at it, as you were saying, Tuzi. And Zenitsu is just waiting. He's just using the DRS. He's staying with them. Dito's then using the DRS to stay with him. And this is a DRS battle. We've got Mikey the Boy on them softs. He's going side by side with Ricardo going around the outside. Better grip on the soft compound tyres. Great move there. Up in a P6. We saw a very good race from him in the sprint until he had that DNF. Unfortunately, that spin. He's now going to make his way and go for Wonton in that P5 position. As we can see, Burrito and Broadstar still going at it. They are still within touching distance. Broadstar going off the track there a little bit. Zenitsu is going to have a little look at now coming into the DRS zone. They are all very, very close on ERS. We saw Broadstar manage his ERS massively in the sprint. But now what is he going to do in the feature we're seeing here? As we're seeing Wonton looking for a move on... No, sorry. It looks like Dito was looking for a move on Zenitsu at the moment. No moves at the moment, but a great start for these guys. Lap 4 out of 26. And when do you think we're going to see these guys pit?
Oh, I mean, some on the softs are going to come in very early. They're going to die quite quickly, especially with dirty air. But, I mean, the front runners up here look like they're pushing pretty hard, unless that's just the pace difference between the rest of the grid. But, I mean, I'd say for a one-stop, it'd have to be somewhere around lap 10.
So we're going to go lap 10, lap 11, lap 12, lap 13. All right? We'll go with that. And we'll go 2 minutes. There we go. Predictions in, guys. When these guys going to pit at the front, lap 11. I think I said lap 11. Sorry, lap 10, lap 11, lap 12, lap 13. So get your votes in. Remember, channel points, track selection, 80,000. I've dropped it. Let's drop it. I don't want to drop it again, but let's keep going and see how we go. See if we can get some points at the moment. No changes at the front at the moment, Tuzi. It's still P1, Burrito, P2, Broadstar, Zenitsu, P3, and they are all in the DRS. This is a snake all the way down to P12. As we got drama going on here, Sebi and Oblivion are going to go side by side, and Sebi is getting his elbows out. Does he go for the move on the outside? No, Oblivion gets the move done up into P8. Sebi's going to come back at Oblivion though with the DRS, and look what's going on behind. We've got Plugger and Flubber. It's a bit of a rhyme, Plugger and Flubber, and we've got Oblivion. Oh, Oblivion spun! He's lost it. He's down into P13, 14. There's drama here. Lap 5, and there's been an incident there, and he is dropping like a stone, and he may have got into the dirty air there, Tuzi, and that's not good news for the championship leader.
No, I mean, he had a great start up into P8 for a moment. Now all the way down in P16, just in front of his teammate, who hasn't had the greatest of starts either. So I don't believe he has any damage. No, he doesn't, so he got lucky with that, although his tyres would have taken a little beating from that. And maybe the ego too, losing that many positions this early on. But we know he has the pace to get in front, and yeah, he'll definitely do it. We'll at least get into the points from my guess. And up the front here, Broadstar, he looks quite happy staying behind Burrito Man as they head into Cops for lap 6. I mean, yeah, he on the hangar straight doesn't look like he's trying to burn too much to get by. So, Burrito Man, his ERS management is incredible right now. He's got 90% heading through Maggots and Beckett's onto the hangar straight. He's at a max battery and he just burns it down and keeps Broadstar at bay, breaking that slipstream. Yeah, Broadstar probably just looking to stick around and try to get him as an undercut maybe when the pit window's open.
Yeah, it does look like that, to be honest with you. It really does. Dito is all over the back of Zenitsu. He's really trying to go for a move there. Doesn't do anything silly at the moment. Just stays in that formation. As you can see, is the big DRS train all the way through. And, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this is going to go. Is it going to be strategy? Whose tyres are going to be gone first? We've seen over the weekend, the tyres just do not seem to last. So if these guys can push it as much, they will have a better start at the end and be able to get to the end on those tyres. Some of these guys have decided to probably do a two-stop. But, yeah, a bit of a change there. Riff coming in 6 laps very early on those mediums, unless he has got damage. Don't worry, guys. We'll now hard the wheel and hand over to Campbell, and he will. No spreader king. seconds. That is not the case. But we'll have to wait and see what happens at the moment. And he's in a bit of trouble though, Oblivion, because now he has 14 seconds to P1 with probably dirty tyres as well. So they're not going to be as nice as you think. So trust me, I know. Burrito Man in P1, Broadstar P2, Zenitsu P3. What a start this is. This is fantastic racing so far, so close, but there's battles happening all over the place. It's just when to make the moves, Tuesday. That's the question, isn't it? When do you make the move? Do you burn? Do you try and get the move? You need to stay within the DRS as well. Wonton 9.5 tenths, 7.5 tenths. Look at the gap to Dido. He's staying in it. You do not want to lose it. You lose it and you're left for dust.
Yeah, and I think that's what Broadster is worried about through most of his lap, because it looks like he's trying to burn in some areas out of corners to try and get that little bit closer to Burrito Man each lap. And Burrito Man, he's not having any of it. He's on none through that whole start-finish straight, while Broadster burns down at least 20% of battery. So the difference in their strategy is just definitely keeping Burrito Man in the lead right now. And I believe for Broadster, if he can get close enough, a move before the pit window will be nice, as I assume they'd probably both pit on the same lap. So good racing action for us, not so good for Broadster and the Alpine team for now. But Dido down in fourth, Burrito Man in first. And Dido looks like he really wants that podium position today, with Zenitsu doing his best to stay in DRS and to keep Dido at bay, while Watanabe is also just barely clinging on.
Yeah, no, definitely. A nice little battle there between the Mercedes and the V-Carb of Flubber and Plugger there in P8 and P9 on those hards. So those hards are probably coming into it now. But yeah, as you can see, that is the difference between P19, 44 seconds to P1. Top 10 is 9 seconds to P1. So it's not hardly anything in it at the moment. And I think the question here is very difficult for a safety car, because it's such a wide track unless you have a serious accident. It's going to be very interesting to see. There is Ricciardo and Mikey DeBoy are going at it, and Mikey DeBoy is still trying to push on them softs at the moment. He's trying, but I think they're going to start to fall off, and we could start to see Mikey DeBoy fall down the pecking order. He needs to be able to try and stay with Ricciardo, but Ricciardo's lost the DRS to Wonton, and he's going to come under extreme pressure now from the McLaren. And we've got one McLaren in P7 and one down there in P20. Not the best of nights for McLaren so far, but we'll have to wait and see. Back up to the front, the Aston's doing a phenomenal job leading the overalls. Wonton Ricciardo, and this is what you want. Dragon is out. He's decided to call it. Was not happy. He got quite a few pens. Yeah, really unfortunate for Dragon there tonight, because he was doing such a great job. We were really putting on the praise for Haas, and that's it. And that's what you not want. One out and one left.
Yeah, I mean, I guess Zenitsu kind of covering for the two cars there up on the podium, which is good to see for him. And Broadster's been dropped a bit there. Burrito Man just either found his groove, or Broadster had a moment, and he's now trying to push and extend that gap. Both of them are going to start to get some clean air now. Burrito Man already has had that clean air, but Broadster will probably be trying to maybe keep the gap within 2 seconds so he can undercut and just get that little bit of clean air, while Zenitsu is now right all over the rear wing of that Alpine. And I believe the pit window will be looking at opening soon, lap 9 to probably lap 12 for some of these hard runners. And Dido now into the pit lane, the first of our front runners in. Watanabe and Mikey follow. And yeah, quite interesting differing strategies here. Mikey managing to make the softs work all the way to lap 9. That is quite impressive for him. And down at the back, Oblivion up into 8th now after the pit stop. So, as we said, the championship leader, he's obviously good, but he'll be looking to get up on that podium again, I'm sure.
Yeah, definitely, and he's definitely pulled in that gap, and this is the problem now for Broadstar. 2.2 seconds to Brito, no DRS at all, and Flubber now into P4. He's on those hards, and we still not got the front runners in, I don't think. Who was third?
Zenitsu.
Oh
was
no! All
third.
right, we're still going then. Oh, we're still going on the front runners. So prediction is still available. I was just double checking. That's all because we've got 10 and 11. So it looks like we could be seeing these guys coming in. And the question is, that gap is 2.4. Is it going to start dropping down? Wicked Moist is out. He's decided to call it as well. Not the night for those two drivers of Wicked Moist and Dragon. Dragon was having screen freezes, so that's why he's retired. So we appreciate that, Dragon. But yeah, Wicked Moist, really unfortunate there. Yeah, no points for McLaren driver of Wicked Moist, and now it's only Mikey the boy who has just come into the pits. And there we go, we've got Broadstar and Zenitsu in, and they are coming in on lap number 10. So if you have voted for lap 10, congratulations, you have won.
Yeah, and Oblivion dives into the pit lane as well, so definitely that point now, 16 laps on the hards will be the money shot for them. And Broadstar, differing to Burrito Man. Burrito Man's still going. It looks like he's starting to feel it on those mediums. He's having to correct the steering a bit coming out of the first 3 corners. And yeah, now Broadstar really needs to get a good run coming out of the pit lane here. He doesn't have any traffic, I don't think. Dito jumps him by how much? Oh, a lot of people are jumping Broadstar. So coming into that traffic, he's right behind Sebi now. So Burrito Man will be hoping for a bit of traffic there. I don't know how good the undercut is here at Silverstone, but he had that 2.5 second buffer. Burrito Man will probably come into the pits at the end of this lap, and it's just him and the next 3 cars behind him who haven't come into the pit lane yet. So Flubber, I mean, looking quite good on the hards. How long will he last is the question.
Well, yeah, he's come out in traffic, hasn't he? He's actually lost out big time. He's lost 2 spots there. Serbian one time, Dino in a P5, you know, and Swift is going to have to pit. Dino is looking to be the leader of this race. So, yeah, great job from the Williams driver. Oh, Burrito Man gets a 10 seconds speeding in the pit lane. Oh, that is drama for the Williams driver of Burrito. Fantastic job so far. And you can unravel it by just making one silly mistake. And that is what is happening. I still have no idea, Tuesday, how people still speed in the pit lane. I still have no idea when there is a pit limiter and a speedo on the left-hand side. I don't think I've ever done it. I think I've done it once in a long time. And it's massive, isn't it? Because now, when he has to pit, he's going to either have to serve it or try and go to the end. And that's 10 seconds, which is massive. And to gain 10 seconds here is going to be so difficult because everyone's so close on pace and on the DRS.
Yeah, and obviously Tito, his team principal for this race, at least behind him now. So whether a bit of team orders come in from Tito himself in the cockpit to, I don't know, maybe use himself to try and hold up Broadstar now, try and get Burrito Man that bit of a breathing room to try and extend to a 10-second gap, or whether they just race it out, which it looks like they might be, as I think he let Tito into DRS there to try and kind of get away from Broadstar behind in 5th. So he did lose a bit of time there. He lost about half a second to a second to Burrito Man. And yeah, I was just on board with Burrito Man when he came to the pit lane. He locked the tyres completely, couldn't get the car stopped whatsoever. But yeah, 10 seconds is a huge penalty at a track like this.
Well, definitely, but Broadstar has gone through them very, very quickly of Wonton and Sebi as well, and he's now up in the P5, 2.4 seconds behind Dito. No DRS though, and look at this, Dito is working with Burrito Man, and they are going, no, yeah they are, they're going to work together, and he's going to bring him in with the DRS, which is going to be very hard for Broadstar to catch up. He's going to lose that speed, that pace. This could be real problems for Broadstar, and this could be great news for the Williams drivers of Burrito and Dito, because Dito just needs to stay with his teammate and bring him in. And as you can see now, it's 2.7, 2.6, and if Broadstar's not careful, and Wonton and Mikey the boy, they work well together, they could actually get to the back of Broadstar, and they could cause him problems. So then the gap could be 2.8 or 3.5 seconds before they even get to the DRS, which is going to cause him problems, especially when Dito is in the DRS of Burrito. And also, they're only on 1 to 3 laps. The 2 guys out in the front, Flubber and Swift, are going to have to pit again, but they're on 12-lap hards.
Yeah, and just watching Mikey at the back there, a bit of racing between Watanabe and himself. So I don't think they'll be working together for the time being, as Broadster's just barely in DRS in front for Watanabe. But yeah, I mean, by the looks of it already, they're already catching the two cars in front massively, already down 2 seconds in the past lap or two. So if they can keep working together and Broadster's losing out a couple tenths a lap, that's exactly what they need this early on to try and each out that 10-second for Burrito Man, and maybe if they can catch up in time, use the two traffic in front of them to maybe hold up Broadster if they get to that point where the tyres are that bad. And Oblivion passes this lap down in 11th.
Yeah, he's doing a great job, but he's still at the points. Well, he's still in the points, but he's not probably where he wants to be at the moment. As you can see there, he's got 28 seconds to the leader. So, yeah, this is an uphill struggle for Oblivion after that spin earlier on, which I'm sure the onboards will look at as well. And Wonton and Mikey the Boy, having a bit of a battle. They've actually let Broadstart pull away, fight 6.5 tenths out of that DRS zone, so there's no battling going on there. But as we were talking about Dino and Pareto staying within that ERS and DRS together, they've actually pulled a 3.6 second gap. It was 2.8, now 3.6. So I think Broadstar's in a little bit of trouble here, and this is going to be the interesting thing to see. But Burrito Man, 2-lap hards, Dino 4-lap, Broadstar 3-lap. So that's going to be the question. Going over to Pens here. Burrito 10 seconds. Pen, Zenitsu 3, Sebi 3, and Kyotonic down there in P17 with 10. With lap 15 out of 26. One more lap to go, and we've got 10 laps of racing. And this has been a fantastic race so far. No safety car. Two guys unfortunately retiring on their own. Ricardo and Sebi going at it into Vale and then coming into Club. So nice little battle there. Oblivion, see, the thing is, Oblivion is, he's making time, but he's 3.3 seconds behind. And yeah, you know, he's got a long way to go, and he needs a miracle at the moment, that championship leader. And this is massive points currently for the guys at the top, so we'll have to wait and see what happens here. But no, I've got to say that Flubber and Swift doing a fantastic job at the moment at the front.
Yeah, it's just the only thing with Swift being 10 seconds away from Flubber. I mean, now Burrito has his sights on him, only 2 seconds away. And yeah, Broadster, he just can't get close enough. It looks like Burrito is kind of having moments where he's a bit quicker than Dito, and he kind of just leaves him. Like last lap, Dito was out of DRS, heading down the hangar straight, and he kind of slows down in the corners like Arena on the next lap to bring him back in. So, I mean, yeah, maybe Burrito Man having a bit of don't slow me down too much, otherwise I'll just cruise on off, because he definitely can. We just saw it, and at the back there, that Alpine just can't get close enough.
Yeah, it's really caused a problem for Broadstar tonight, and Swift is in. Sebi's left the session. If you've got him as a friend, if you could give him an invite, that would be amazing. We've then got Swift is coming in, so he's going to go 10 laps on those mediums, and he'll go to the end. And he will be very quick, so keep an eye out on number 1 Swift. That now puts Burrito up into P2, Dito into P3, and Broadstar into P4. Still 3.5 seconds between Broadstar and Dito and Burrito Man. Absolutely working this. This is working a treat for the Williams drivers tonight, and I think we could see a fantastic result here. But I'm not going to say too much because I don't want to give any curses at all. But we've got 10 laps to go, and yeah, so far so good. Fantastic race. Conditions a little bit overcasty. Don't know if we're going to see some wet. We have to wait and see. It does look very dark out there, so we'll have to wait and see what happens. Sorry, Nishko, I do apologise. Back down the bottom, Oblivion up in a P9, and Plugger into P10, and we've got a nice little battle going. Tudor and Sebi, P11 and P12. Sebi, unfortunately, with that AI at the moment. Oblivion, the leader of Division 2. How far away is he now? Let's have a look. 22, one pit stop Let's have a look. He's on 5 laps though, and he may have to go and compare it again. We'll have to wait and see. As Rift gets a 3-second time penalty and joins into it. Flubber comes into the pits there, and Sebi is back in. That then means that the 2 Williams drivers will be P1 and P2, and that gap is still not changing. Doozy. 3.6 between Broadstar and Dido, and he is burning all of his ERS to try and catch up. He is trying his hardest, but this is going to be the question, and it just gives you a bit of an idea of how much a pit stop in Silverstone does to you. Seba, or number 1 Swift, is down to P15 from P2. Massive.
Yeah, and the 2 Williams, though, would have been a phenomenal result had that 10-second not been awarded to Burrito Man. But, I mean, Broadstar, still, he's keeping that 3.5 second. They can't seem to pull away anymore at the moment. So, good for Broadstar and good for Alpine, not so good for Dido. I mean, he'll be happy with a win. But depending on how far they get, he might be demoted off of the podium. Don't know yet though. It's about 9 seconds almost. Oh no, sorry, 6 seconds to P4, which is Mikey in the McLaren. So a good day for him reserving. So Jackal will be pleased with that, I'm sure. And yeah, Dido, I mean, he's got the pace. Whether he's not trying to overtake Burrito Man right now, don't know.
Yeah, going to be interesting to see as Flubber has done a lot better job than number 1 Swift. Look at that. Flubber comes out in P10. Number 1 Swift comes out in P15. So great job done there. And we're going to have to wait and see what happens. And I don't think so, whoever the person that is. I think that they've got this in control, the Williams. I think they've timed this to perfection. They've worked very, very well together. And the only way you can do it is just ease off the gas and let him go. But the problem is if he eases off on the gas and then lets Broadstar come into it, he's going to come under pressure. So well, what do? He's got that 10. Is it his own fault? You know, we'll have to wait and see and continue in the moment. But I'm still looking at these. I'm still looking at the. The difference between the weather. And are we going to have some rain? That's what I'm looking at the moment. Does it look like it's going to rain? Or is it just going to be an overcasty evening here at Silverstone? If you are tuned in with us, 18 laps over 26. Burrito Man in P1, Dido in a P2, and Broadstar in a P3. And it has not moved a muscle, really. He's actually losing time, not gaining time. It's 3.6. Now it's back up to 3.9. The Williams team are doing a fantastic job working together. 3.9 at the moment. Mikey DeBoy, 3.8. The question is, will Mikey DeBoy try and catch up on the Broadstar? He's been phenomenal. He's got some serious pace in that McLaren tonight. And guys will be taking note, especially with silly season. 2 rounds round the corner at the moment. A little bit further down. Oblivion up in P7, doing a fantastic job as much as he can. But he's just going to have to capitalise on points, I think, Tuesday. I think this is not his race tonight, but he's just going to have to capitalise.
Yeah, and off of some good results reserving for some different teams, we'd definitely be happy to get his name out there if D White hasn't already tried to pick him up. I mean, he's reserving for Williams right now, so obviously can't. But coming into silly season, Burrito Man is definitely a no-brainer for the Division 2 grid. Yeah, Zenitsu, he also had a great race on the podium positions earlier in the race, now into 5th with a penalty. So, I mean, that undercut was crazy. Dido was 4th or 5th, or into the pit window, and now he's up into 2nd. He could be fighting for the lead if he was pushing a bit harder. And yeah, I mean, the tyre differences too is something we also have to look into. I mean, Broadstar on 1 lap older than Burrito Man, so trying to push that gap, Burrito Man, 4 seconds now. So a bit of gain there, I guess, but yeah, not enough. Definitely not enough coming into 7 laps to go.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's still going on at the moment, and Broadstar now has hit that 4-second mark. We're on lap 19 out of 26. We are coming to the closing stages. Everyone has got gaps. You could see there's gaps all over the place, but if you go all the way down from P6, there is a massive train going on here. From Zenitsu, from Wonton to Oblivion, and then we're going to get Flubber. He's going to join that pack as well. He's only 2 seconds down the road. Then we've got Ricardo 1.1. Then we've got plugger, two-door as well, so anything can happen. These guys getting closer and closer. There is big gaps at the front, so yeah, it's interesting for a safety car to happen here. We are going to have driver of the day coming in, and what not the night for Spry, Drift, and Kyotonic tonight. Not gone tonight, or even Shifty down there, and all Squash Josh, all the Red Bulls, not being the best of nights. Just things have just not gone the way. We'll have to wait and see here. But Tuesday, man, what's your thoughts on the driver of the day?
I mean, it's definitely difficult with how things have gone. I mean, basing it off of the positions gained right now in 7th, he's also had a spin. I think it's only right to nominate Oblivion because of how good of a comeback he's had, and he's still going now. He's got 2 cars at least he can try and pass, so that will be up into 15 positions gained starting from last. So I think Oblivion has to be my choice.
Okay, mine's going to be Mikey the Boy. Done absolutely fantastic as a reserve driver in that B for the spot. So there we go. So let me tell me when you've done your vote. There's mine. Thank you. Well done, good man. Get your votes in, guys. Driver of the day, they are in. Get your votes in. We'll have to wait and see. Have a look. We'll have to have a look and see. I don't know anyone's he says. I'm not going to unfortunately allow that information out. That's because you know, they have to change all the screens and stuff. So I don't know how many warnings any of these drivers have got. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, 4.6. Broadstar looks like he's just going to cement that P3 position at the moment. Mikey DeBoy falling back now. Oblivion up in a P7. He's into traffic though. He's going to try and force his way through. Kyotonic getting a 3-second time penalty as well. And these guys are just going to stay with Oblivion as well. And if they can, it's going to be great. But Flubber is gaining and he's coming. Oh, he comes in very hot there. That could have been curtains and Oblivion could have been spun again. But lucky he put the brakes on there into P7, and I think Flubber will get the job done on Oblivion pretty quick here. Tuesday is on very fresh tyres, and he's only got 5 laps to go on those mediums.
Yeah, but Oblivion, you know, he's in DRS of Zenitsu, and Zenitsu's right on the back of Mikey. So he'll be under pressure from a lot of guys here coming into the ending stages of this race. Flubber, he wants to get by quite quickly. Oblivion does have that pace though, and he will have DRS, so it won't be smooth sailing for Flubber. But in the corners, if he can get a good enough exit, maybe a switchback or like a good run down a straight would be ideal for him, which he most likely can and will do coming out of the start-finish straight here in a moment.
The question is, we're coming very, very close to the end of this race, right? We're now looking at the top. I'm just on board with Flubber. Just jump on board there because he is getting closer and closer. But we'll have to wait and see. But look at the back. I'm just looking at the gaps now between Broadstar and Dido. So it's 6.3 seconds. So does Dido just let Burrito go?
I think at some point here, whether Dido lets him go, I mean, Dido will probably be hoping for a win here. But a double podium would probably be what they want. And it's almost there, you know. P4 Mikey, he's 4.5 seconds away from Broadstar. So if hang on, gap to leader.
He's 6 seconds.
He's 11 seconds away.
7.
He's 11 seconds away now from the leader. So we might even see Burrito keep second position here. So it might be a Williams 1-2. Flubber's right on the back of that Ferrari. Gee. But right now, it's a Williams 1-2 if Mikey can't get any closer than he is.
Yeah, definitely. I'm just looking at it at the moment. Flubber is getting very, very, very close here. And the thing is, Oblivion is in a great position because he's DRS in every single car in front of him. So he is probably looking at a podium spot. But here comes Flubber. He's going to move over. He's got the better tyres. Is he going to go for a move? It looks like Kyotonic is going to call it. No, he's not. Or is he? Let's have a look. We'll have to wait and see. Williams 1-3. Come on, Tuesday. Kyotonic is... I don't know, he's getting out the way. Good job there. Well done, Kyo. But going back up to Oblivion, Flubber is all over the back of him. He just needs to be patient. They've got 10% difference between them on the DRS, but Oblivion is in the DRS battle with Zenitsu and Mikey the Boy, which is helping him, and the Flubber cannot get through. Back up to the front here, looking at the leader. It's 8 seconds between Broadstar and Dido. It's nearly there. It's 2 seconds. 2 seconds, 2Z. And Williams could have a P1 and a P2 for a long, long time since what happened in Jeddah right at the beginning of the season. It's been absolute scenes here, and it's been a fantastic night for them so far. Broadstar just has not been able to catch up since they used that DRS battle. But the question is, can Flubber get past Oblivion for that P6 spot?
Yeah, and now looking at gap to leader, Kaio Tonic, he's a minute 27 down, so Burrito Man might catch up to Kaio here and get a little bit of traffic coming into the final laps now. And looking at gap to leader, they need 7 tenths now to Burrito Man and Broadstar. So it's very close. Kaio got a 10-second for ignoring blue flag, so that would be Burrito Man coming around and past him. So he is in front. Dido has definitely been led off by Burrito Man now. Whether he's made that call or Burrito Man has. But yeah, I mean, it looks like he's just gotten a burst of pace at the end here, saving those tires maybe all throughout that stint, and now using the pace left in them to try and push on. 9.2, 9.4, it kind of ranges throughout the lap, and wow, this is going to be very, very close coming into the final 3 laps now. Flubber, he still can't get by, and Mikey must be really, really worried right now for how this is going to go. 3 cars behind him with DRS, with battery, with better tires almost. Yeah, all of them have better tires than him. One has a penalty though, Zenitsu, so very, very close. And Flubber goes on the outside of Oblivion, round the outside into the far left-hander and far right-hander. He doesn't get the move done, and he slots back in behind, but he is getting really, really impatient now.
Yeah, and Oblivion has got the driver of the day, so congratulations to him tonight. So well done to him. We are coming to the closing stages of this race. 2 laps to go. We're going to go back up to the front, and I just want to stay on this lap though, because Flubber is trying his hardest. I would say that these tyres are going to go off before his, because they're on 13. Zenitsu's on 13. Mikey the Boy's on 14. What defending these guys have been doing. Zenitsu has really got Oblivion all up his rear everywhere as he goes for the moves. Zenitsu and Oblivion tries to go around the outside, and he gets the job done into P5. Great job from the championship leader there. Fantastic. And that is why he is leading the championship. Great driving. Now, Flubber is going to be fuming because now he's going to try again, this time with Zenitsu. Back out to the front though, we are seeing changes. It is 10.3 seconds between Broadstar and Dido, and it is 10 seconds between Broadstar and Burrito. So there is 4 tenths in it. That is the difference between Broadstar getting that P2 and Burrito Man getting that P2 as well. But it looks like it's going to be enough because he's now 3 seconds behind Dido from the leader, and Broadstar is nearly 11 seconds. We've got yellows, Flubber and Zenitsu. Have they had a bit of a smack together? But Flubber's got the move done, and he's into P6. Can he get Oblivion with 1 lap to go? Let's have a look, and I'll pass you over to you, Tuzi, to take this lap, and I'll take the final.
Yeah, I mean, the battery between the Ferrari and the Mercedes are almost identical. It's just pace difference now. The tyres, the mediums are probably rounding out to how the hards are feeling right now. So, right at that crossover point between them, 12 seconds now. Broadstar is to Burrito Man. So, Williams 1-2 for now. If there's no mistakes, Flubber, he didn't really burn much. He's saving it for the final lap. A bit of a slide there coming out of Stowe. Now, the Ferrari still trying to catch up to Mikey, trying to get that P4. Near 16 positions gained for him, starting from last. 15 seconds away from the leader, so he didn't do too bad for spinning halfway in at the early stages of the race. Now, over to you, Gov.
Yeah, it's going to be so close here. Is Flubber going to be able to get Oblivion? We'll have to wait and see. Mikey the Boy in P4, what a night he's had. He was my driver of the day, but Oblivion has got the job done. Williams have done an absolute fantastic job tonight, P1 and P2 working together. Broadstar has tried. Mikey the Boy is under pressure. Oblivion's under pressure. Everyone is under pressure on this last lap. It's absolutely phenomenal. Zenitsu said, stuff it. I'm going to stay P7. I'm happy with my points. Flubber needs the positions there. Kyotonic is going to steal the fastest lap away from everyone. He won't get the points, unfortunately, down there in P18. And looks like Rift and Seb and Kyo are not going to score any points in this race. Can Flubber get Oblivion? He has got near enough the same ERS. Can Oblivion get Mikey the Boy on the final lap? And can Mikey the Boy get Broadstar? This is fantastic. Is it going to be Broadstar? He's going to lose P3 to Mikey the Boy. Oblivion is right behind Mikey the Boy. He's ready to make the move. Mikey the Boy has to defend and keep the position. Oblivion kicks tight. Burrito gets 10 seconds, but it's unserved. He wins the race. No, he doesn't. Dino wins the race. Burrito finishes P2. Broadstar is going to finish P3, 13 seconds behind. Oblivion finishes in P4, and they're going side by side at the line. 0.47 between Mikey the Boy and Oblivion. Oh my God, what scenes on the last lap, Tuesday? I nearly lost my voice.
What a finish that was. A Williams 1-2, so a very, very strong weekend for them. I don't know how they went in the sprint, but I think it was good, and a 1-2 in the race is fantastic for them. Broadstay just lost out at the pit stops there. Burrito Man, that 10-second didn't really harm him too much, only lost out to his team principal, so you won't be too mad about that. But wow, what incredible racing from Oblivion at the end there, side by side with Mikey. Mikey had the switch back there, but he had a bit of a slide in Oblivion around the outside to the start-finish line, side by side. That was incredible.
Oh, absolutely. I'm over the moon for the TP. All the hate coming in the Twitch chat. Love to see it. Absolutely love to see it, guys. And it's going to be very interesting, this interview, Tuesday, especially how much drama the Williams have received this season from, obviously, the incident with Quasi and Dido and the points that they were losing to now getting a P1 and P2 at Silverstone. Obviously, they can shut up the haters.
Yeah, cleanest driver to Shifty Whizzer, so a good extra point for the Mercedes. I don't know if he was in the top 15 or not. Kayo fastest lap at the end there, but what a drive from Oblivion. That was incredible to watch.
That was absolutely fantastic, and that's really, really good to see. We'll have to wait and see what happens here with some interviews. But what a night! Yeah, I'm just going to go there. Cleanest driver. So I didn't catch the cleanest driver. So cleanest driver was Shifty.
Yeah.
Thank you. So he'll get the extra point there. So congratulations to him. We'll just, for some apparent reason, that didn't want to give me the results. So thank you, game. All right. Well, we'll jump on board. We'll get these guys in for a quick chat. Hopefully we can get all of them in. But while we're waiting on that, let's talk about, I don't know if you saw much of the sprint or if you were there, saw the sprint. We'll go through the sprint and then we'll talk about the feature while we jump in and get these guys to jump in. Thoughts of your summary of tonight's action in the sprint and the feature?
I mean, what a weekend, I guess. Sprint weekend always bring a lot of action, but I didn't think we'd see as much action as we did in the race. The quali was also as good with the wet conditions, just evolving at the end there, and all the final laps was really great to see from everyone. And I mean, the race there was just incredible with many positions gained and many good battles up to the end.
Yeah, fantastic. We are going to have... We can't get Burrito in. He's got no mic. He said he'll be in for the next one. So we're going to have Nishka jump in because he was engineering Dido. So first of all, we'll go to some interviews. And honestly, I thought that was a fantastic race. And I'm just going to talk a little bit about this division before we do get into the interviews with Driver of the Day, P3, P2 and P1. it is so competitive, isn't it? And it just says again next week, another week, and yeah, someone else has won. It's a different week every week. It's just fantastic to see, isn't it, in this division?
Yeah, I mean, it's always been said this is the most competitive grid in the league, and I mean, it definitely lived up to it today. It was very, very great racing from everyone, and it's always as clean as can be. Obviously, incidents happen, but yeah, the pace levels with everyone on the grid is just so, so good.
Okay, I've been looking forward to these interviews, especially with my TP. I'm looking forward to what he's got to say because he gets under a lot of grief. But first of all, we'll take it away with you for Oblivion with Driver of the Day.
Well, yeah, Oblivion starting from the back there at a not so good quali for you, starting P20 all the way up to P4, so 16 positions gained. You spun as well, so just tell us a bit about your race and how you spun.
The qualifying was a bit of a disappointment. I ran wide on turn 5 and validated, but I was really quick. I was on for P4. I mean, there was a lot quicker drivers in front of me, obviously, but there was potential for P4 there, which is a bit annoying. And in the race, I avoided the incidents at the start. Someone spun, made up a few spots. Had a really good pace. Got to Sebi, going into Stowe. Had a good run after Maggots and Beckett's. Got into Stowe, went side by side. I think he left me enough room. I think I just understeered and hit the side of him, so I spun. Luckily, no damage. And got back on the pace and recovered it. So I said last week I'd take a top 10, so I'm not too upset about that.
And 16 positions gained, obviously, driver of the day. Your championship lead, I don't think you lose too much there by anyone, so I believe you extend. What are your thoughts heading into the next weekend with that lead?
Uh, it's not bad, obviously, to have a lead. But as close as it is, the as close as it is, it's very. It can depend on the track week in, week out. So I think, this Brodster, Dito, Burrito, all these guys could, be 5 tenths quicker than me next week, and then I can't do anything about it. So I mean, it was like that today. I had no chance of getting a podium, so this was the maximum I could do, and that's just how this division is. It's very competitive across the whole board.
Yeah, well, congratulations. A great drive for you. 16 positions. Not too bad in the sprint, I don't think. So I'll hand you over to Gov.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic drive, Oblivion. We've heard a lot of drama in the weeks. Obviously, with drivers moving up, and obviously you were a big question. And obviously that decision was made in the end, and now we can all move on and go as our day. And I still think there is anything can happen in this division, as you've seen. Every week is a different person winning, and obviously you've done a fantastic job to where you were early on. Obviously, I don't think no points in the sprint, so a little bit disappointing. We saw a very good start to the week with Ferrari in Division 1. Not so well for where you obviously your teammate tonight. A little bit unfortunate with the spin. I think that's probably something you'll probably look at and think, we actually don't know what happened. It has been looked at. It wasn't on board. But you've got to be absolutely stoked with that. And you've got to be I can guarantee you're not getting any Christmas presents from Flubber. He just could not get you at the end. He just could not overtake you. And unfortunately, you overtook Zenitsu and he then had to overtake him. So it was very fascinating to see you two at the end because he was on those mediums and you're on those hards. But yeah, all in all, man, how did you think your race went?
Yeah, at the end there, the DRS saved me. Flubbers had obviously better tyres on the mediums. He was pretty quick. It was the DRS that saved me, and at that point I was like I had to commit to a move on Zenitsu because otherwise he was going to get me at some point. And as the laps started counting down, it was getting closer and closer to puncture territory as well. I think I was on around 84% at the end there, so yeah, it was pretty close. But yeah, all in all, I'll take it. Not a great track for me, but I did better than I thought I was going to do, and that's all you can ask for. So, yeah, I'll definitely take that damage limitation.
Yeah, well, fantastic job, mate. Monza next week. A fan favourite of yours, obviously back to a normal race, 50%. Turn 1 shenanigans. We know Monza is one of those tracks where, I still think someone is going to end up missing it and going into the runoff area. But how are you feeling about Monza? And it's a home track, so it'll definitely be a bit of spotlight on yourself.
Yeah, last time I did Monza, my pedals failed at turn 1 and I almost took out the leaders. So hoping that doesn't happen again, because that was not great and I got a copped a race ban. So hoping to not have that happen again, and hopefully can fight for another win. But is what it is. But Monza's, is like Silverstone's. It was not easy to overtake once you get in the DRS train. So it'll be another battle with these drivers. They're all good, so it'll be good fun.
Well, Oblivion, you don't need to look over your shoulders now, mate. You can go to the end of the season, not worrying about being moved up, moving down, wherever you go. That's it now. You're locked in, and wish you good luck and enjoy the Singapore Grand Prix and have a great rest of the week, mate. And congratulations on Driver of the Day, and phenomenal performance, as always.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Enjoy the race.
All right, there we go. Moving over to P3, which is Broadstar. Over to yourself, Tuzi. Tuzi, are you there?
Yes, sorry, my mic was muted. Oh my god. Alrighty, Broadstar, a great race for you. P3 is always good. I mean, unlucky at the end there with the 10-second gap from Burrito and Dito on the 1-2. But what happened at the end there with the 10-second gap kind of itching out?
Tire saving. The plan was to box at end of lap 11, so our tires would be fine at the end. But unfortunately, we were forced into boxing at the end of lap 10 into 11. So it was just about tire saving. The first stint, it was kind of hard to try attack Burrito, but should have thought of the long run and let him go a bit and get to the pit window. But once I saw the two Williams working together, I just knew they would get away and congrats to them. But it's very hard.
I mean, a podium is still a huge result, especially for Alpine heading into overalls and all of that. And at the start of the race, there, you and Burrito were having some great battles. A bit of contact on lap 1, but you got the lead early on. Obviously, you lost it again, unfortunately. But was the undercut that powerful for Dito? Could you just not get any good pace on him coming into the mid stage and end of the race, or?
Well, I saw the sprint race. I had Dito with pace easily, so obviously it was a different story with Burrito dragging him along. That's why I just couldn't get close, because once two guys ahead are working together, it's just impossible. But thing is, I tried my best to try grab them, but it just didn't happen today.
Well, some great racing for you, and congratulations on the podium. Some good racing and a good result for your team.
Thank you.
Yeah, Broadstar. Sprint race, mate. Very, very different to the feature. I don't want to put it down on it. I think you've been absolutely fantastic, and you've been a bit unfortunate in the last few weeks due to a little bit of a, incident that you had with Oblivion Brazil. Push yourself a little bit further down the pecking order on that, and obviously tonight you had some serious pace. ERS management in the sprint was fantastic. The guys behind you, I think, was like running on fumes, like six. I think you had about 6% battery. You had about 50%. The quali changed that though, didn't it? Definitely in the wet, compared to obviously in the dry for the sprint. Do you feel that was a bit of a change of why things changed in the feature?
Just not the best lap I could do. I know I had a lot more in it, but I went out a little bit too early, so I couldn't really prepare. But I was just trying to keep it on track and not get a track limit. But I knew I could push more, which it was really hard to. But just not the best I was looking for.
Well, I'll tell you something, mate. We can definitely. Okay, I've seen what you can do in Silverstone in the dry. So yeah, really unfortunate in the wets. And obviously, the two Williams, they were working together with that DRS, and I think it was going to be an uphill struggle, wasn't it? Because you were always going to lose time because you weren't in the DRS, and that was the problem. So was it in the end just say, oh, I'm just going to try and get P3 and try and get P2 and get that 10 second? Was that the plan?
Well, yeah, basically, I just had to protect P3 because I was trying to push towards them, but I'd gained like 2 tenths, and then DRS opened, and yeah, they just took off. So I knew, I had to stop pushing for them because it wasn't gonna happen, and I just had to protect P3, which it almost costed me in the end because the tire wear was really bad. I was 85 at the end, so yeah, just lucky to get away with no puncture. So yeah, I'll take P3.
No, well, I think you did an absolutely fantastic job, mate, and it's been a very, very good night for yourself, and in the championship as well. Starting to rack in some points. Yeah, just taking each race as it comes. Obviously, it was a bit of disappointment for your teammate tonight. Obviously, no points, but going into Monza, are you feeling strong there?
Yeah, one of my strong tracks. So I'm just hoping everything goes my way, which 50-50. Sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it does. So yeah, I just gotta put my head in the game and avoid the stewards. So yeah, hopefully it's a good one.
Do you believe you've done that tonight? No comment.
Yeah, no comment.
That's the hard thing, isn't it? And that is what
You don't know.
it puts you under pressure because you go a whole race, you think, oh yeah, I may have had a little bit of a knock with someone. You get to P3 and then you're in an incident and you're like, ah, shit.
Yeah, you got 24 hours to stress it all out until they can't put any tickets in. Then you celebrate. So yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, it is what it is, mate. But honestly, a fantastic job, mate. Enjoy the Singapore Grand Prix, and we'll see you next week in Monza.
Thank you.
Alrighty, right, we'll go over to the engineer, where it all happened tonight for the Williams guys. Obviously, Burrito's not there. So, Tuzi, take it away with Nishka, who was engineering both of them, I think, or maybe just one of them. Over to you.
Rightio, Meshka. I mean, a bit weird seeing you here, obviously. Div 6 driver, but a 1-2 for Williams is huge for the team, obviously, with overalls and constructors now, maximizing the points nearly this weekend, just missing out on the sprint there. But tell us about how you kind of coordinated the drivers after the pit stop there to try and push away from Broadster.
To be honest, mate, that was more that was just on Burrito himself, man. Yeah, real good team ethic from him, man. He actually wasn't in with me and Dito, but he just took it upon himself to drag Dito along. He obviously had the pace there, so he done a fantastic job, mate. You can't underestimate what he done for the team tonight. It was fantastic, but yeah. It was pretty armchair right actually in the engineers box. The guys done a fantastic job. It was just about making sure when we pitted just that the guys are going to have clear track to come out on. And yeah, I think we managed that part perfectly. But yeah, the guys just done a fantastic job, man. They worked together so well, and yeah, up the willies, man. So good.
Yeah, and coming off of some results as of late for Williams, apart from the lower divisions, I mean, Williams haven't been doing too good. Obviously, no shame to you lot, all three of you being Williams drivers here, but a bit surrounded. But P8 in the overall, 720 points, so 1-2 will be huge for you to jump Alpine, obviously Broadstar behind in P3. But, I mean, how are you guys feeling as a team wise heading into Monza, a very tricky track?
I feel like obviously we had a real sort of slow start to the season, but our last 3 weeks we've scored over 100 points the last 2 weeks, and obviously off to a fantastic start this week. So I think the boys have really come together. We've been practicing pretty hard. Yeah, it's all just coming together as a team, and it's starting to show for us on track, I think.
Yeah, and obviously engineering Dito and well, Brereman if he was able to, but Any hopes for Division 5, 6, and 3 to come?
Yeah, I think definitely the Division 5 boys, they've come together now. Deadly and SJ, they've been doing fantastic. Yeah, and then Division 3, you got Suts and Sick Party. They've both been Suts probably been a little bit unlucky the last couple of weeks, but Sick Party probably had his best performance last week. So they're coming together, and then yeah, obviously myself and Keeper, we've built a strong partnership now down in Div 6. So things are looking up for us, mate.
Yeah, alrighty. Well, I'll hand you over to someone you know very well. But congratulations on the 1-2.
Thanks, Tuesday.
Oh, Nishka, mate. Good evening. Obviously, a fantastic result for the team, and obviously Williams. And I just want to talk a little bit on the sprint to the feature. We saw that obviously Burrito didn't really manage his ERS, and obviously there was a bit of a difference. Broadstar was fantastic in the sprint. What was the plan going into the feature with that ERS management? Because that was the key, I think. And also, we spoke to Broadstar early on and said about the qualifying. That made a massive difference. Obviously, in the dry, he was very, very fast, and obviously he didn't get to do the same as what he did in the feature. Was that a massive difference compared to the result tonight?
Uh, yeah, it's hard to say without because we didn't have Bruto in with us. So it's hard to say. Yeah, it looked like he was probably struggling to get to terms with the track just to start with. And as the sort of night went on, you could see he was just getting faster and faster as he was getting used to the track. So I think it was more him getting back used to the track rather than how he was using his battery. I think obviously in the feature you're saying he had his battery stacked. He was in cruise control really at the front there and dragging Dito along. Dito done a fantastic job, mate. But he was even saying, like, he'll probably admit this himself when you speak to him. He was struggling to keep up with Burrito, and Burrito was slowed down for him pretty much. So, yeah, it was a fantastic team effort from him, mate, to get Dito out of Broadster's range, and yeah, can't fault how the two boys drove. They drove fantastic, mate.
Yeah, no, I've got to admit, tonight obviously was a fantastic night, and I just want to touch about a little bit based on Dito. Obviously, Dito last week very, very unlucky with the connection issues. It's been a bit of an issue in the last few weeks. So, how much confidence does this bring to him? Do you think, from an engineering point of view, going into Monza and also going to the battle that Williams have jumped has and VCARB, and now looking with Alpine in their sights that the team themselves struggled at the beginning, have been, obviously the topic of conversation in probably most chats. So the momentum for yourself and for Dito, how do you think that goes into Monza next week?
I think me and Dito chat about this a lot after the races. Like the last 3 weeks, man, I've tried to reinforce this to Dito as much as I can. I don't know how he gets disappointed when things like that happen, but yeah, he's been putting himself in the positions where he can finish on the podium. Like extremely unlucky last week with the disconnection. He was on for another podium, especially with the setup that we were running, with the wetter conditions coming later. And then yeah, he got unlucky Imola as well when he come out. He pitted. That was probably on me. I didn't pit him in the right spot, and he had to try and clear a car, and he clipped his wing. That hurt him there. He was probably on for another podium there. So it's been building, and to see him get the win tonight, man, so happy. He really deserves it, man. So yeah, as for the momentum for the season now, I think we're really hitting our straps as a team. We've come together really well, and yeah, I think Dito's done a fantastic job, mate, building this team and getting these boys together. I think it's been fantastic.
Well, fantastic job. Well done on engineering. I think Dito will want you to engineer yet again. Great job. And yeah, I go off and have a party because you definitely deserve it. And yeah, well done.
Yeah, thanks, Esther.
Tuesday, and I'll let you take it away with Dito.
Alrighty, Dido. Obviously not winning on track, but the unlucky 10-second there awarding you the win. A good haul of points for you. I think putting you up definitely into the top five in the standings now. So, I mean, how did you feel that race? Kind of with the win maybe gifted to you, but yeah, how do you feel pace wise?
Yeah, hey guys. Yeah, happy man. Burrito was amazing in the feature and the sprint. Um, had to make some changes after the sprint to my setup. I wasn't a fan. I was really struggling to keep with Broadstar and sprint, so I changed my wings, which was a lot more nicer in the feature race. But like Nishka said, man, Burrito's pace was just it's crazy. He really nailed the setup. It's his favorite track, so I knew if I could just stick behind him, I had a chance. And then obviously, when he came in the pits, got the 10-second, and I undercut Broadstar by about I think it was about 3-4 seconds. Come out behind him, it kind of fell in my lap a bit with the DRS, and it would have been great to have him in the engineering, obviously, but we kind of I already spoke to him before the race. We knew what we had to do, and yeah, just kind of followed him, man. And he did, like Nishka said, he really, really helped me out towards the end there when I was trying to save some battery and stuff. He'd go and push and then drop back to get the DRS. So really helped me in that stint to stop Broadstar catching back up because, as we know, Broadstar had some serious pace tonight. So uh, yeah, mate, I couldn't be more happier for him as a reserve driving in. He's reserved for me before and was a bit unlucky in the first race. Hopefully, it's not the last time we see him. He'll hopefully be back in the Williams next week. But, just an exceptional driver. Really was his win. If that didn't, obviously didn't get the 10-second there, but to push that hard in the end, I know how hard he was pushing to break that 10-second gap for P2. So to get P2 in the end there and get the gap on Broadstar is just amazing. So yeah, couldn't be happier for him.
Yeah, and with how close the constructors is for Div 2, I mean, 4 or 5 or 6 teams are just all bunched up together within about 15 points of each other. So, I mean, a 1-2 is definitely huge for not only your championship, but for the teams. And with Burrito Man reserving, I mean, Kwesi Reed has been good and we've seen him be good. But, I mean, are you looking at maybe a Burrito Man as a replacement coming into silly season 2?
Yeah, well, obviously, unfortunately, I'm not sure. It obviously has been announced, but Kwesi did unfortunately leave the team last week due to work commitments and stuff. So the seat's open. Hopefully, he slots straight in. But he's going to be hot property after today. It's simple as that. So we'll see what happens, mate. But definitely needing a replacement. It's been a tough season with drivers leaving and stuff. So right now there's some holes to fill in the team. We got no seats in Div 1 and stuff, so getting another Div 2 driver would really help out, being able to get 2 guys to reserve up. But yeah, hopefully, man, hopefully he slots in and drives for us for the rest of the season. But yeah, like I said, I know he's listening in, but yeah, massive drive from him, mate. I really, really do wish he got the win personally, but I'll take it. Double 1-2, very, very good. So
Well, yeah, I mean, 2 race wins. Well, technically 2 race wins as a reserve driver. I mean, it's obviously going to turn heads, especially for some teams in Div 2 like Haas. He has reserved for Haas and gotten them a win. So, I mean, definitely some fighting and negotiating you'll have to do for him. But congratulations, a huge result and some good momentum for you and the team heading into Monza.
appreciate it, mate. Thank you.
Thank you, Tuesday. Dino, about bloody time, mate. That's what I'm going to say on this one. I'm going to say too much. But connections, issues, dramas. You've had it. You've had it difficult. I want to talk about something actually. I think tonight's performance. You've shut up a lot of people tonight. That was a pure dominant performance. And it was a team performance. You used the DRS to get away from Broadstar. ERS management was probably not on point in the sprint race. Broadstar really managed his ERS a lot better than probably yourself and Burrito. but then things changed, obviously, with the conditions of quali going into the feature, the wet conditions. It changes everything. It gives it a 50-50 chance of anyone. We saw, Oblivion, unfortunately, being right at the bottom, and he's leading the championship, so it just changes things up. We saw Wanton up there. We saw Haas up there. We saw... and that's great, and that is what you want to see. You want to see a mixture of the grid, and this is the 8th different winner this season in Division 2. And you've been unlucky not to win more than one race this season. So I think this is a big talking point from obviously your performance tonight, and also as a Williams TP of the teamwork that you've done with Burrito tonight was second to none. Just everything just clicked.
Yeah, mate, it did. Yeah, it really did just click. I've been coming into all of these races with just thinking about what's going to go wrong just because of the pattern of things happening lately. So every lap ticked down there. I was just waiting, for a safety car or something. I really had to, manage my tyres. I obviously knew in Div 1 that the tyre wear here is crazy. So, yeah, a lot of things were going through my mind, mate. But Nishka did a great job to, just keep me level-headed. It gets quite, intense there in those last few laps, especially when, you've been so close before for the whole season. And, yeah, it is playing on my mind during those last few laps just to bring it home. But, yeah, after that, after I saw Burrito push off and drop me in DRS, and I saw that Broadstar wasn't catching still, I knew that, it'd be very tough for anyone to take away the 1-2 at that point. So, yeah, it was a good feeling, man. Haven't been that happy crossing the line in a while. So, yeah, I'm very, very happy.
Good spirits, mate. Good spirits. That's the way forward. And have you got anything to say? Because obviously there's a lot of hatred going towards Williams. They're talking about people saying they're the next McLaren team, which is an absolute crock of shit. I've got to say that. So if you've got anything to say, because I think this is you can shut up those haters after that performance.
Honestly, man, it says more to not say anything. These guys are sad people, unfortunately. Everyone can see that. I'm not the only person that can see it. So you're better off just not replying and let the results do the talking. If that's what gives them joy, then so be it. They'll only go so far in life with that sort of mentality. But I don't really care, man. I've been here long enough to know about this sort of part of racing and league racing and just being online in general. But at the end of the day, man, it's all the same. It's the same every season. New group come in and then they leave. So we'll just keep trucking. I would have liked the results to come sooner. Obviously, MLR could have been a podium. Netherlands could have been a podium. Brazil definitely could have been a podium. So I remember at the start of the season, actually, it's quite funny. When I DNF'd in round 1, I saw a lot of comments in the Twitch actually saying that I wouldn't even be near the top at this part of the season. And, at this point, the top 6 can still win the championship. So it's pretty crazy. So, yeah, that's what you need to do, man. Just let the results do the talking and they'll eventually be quiet. Yeah.
Yeah, no comment.
I
would have said it probably a little bit more diplomatic, a little bit more with, a bit more friction there. But no, honestly, I think it's been fantastic. And let them talk rubbish. They're not racing. At the end of the day, they're just trying to put you down. And the results say how it is, and that's a fantastic result. And just one more thing before you go. Obviously, Monza next week, and the rest of your team. We spoke to Nishka. It feels that there's a bit of gathering momentum now. You dropped obviously VCAB. Are you pushing for more? Are you pushing to for more results now to the end of the season to make a statement?
Oh yeah. Yeah, absolutely, mate. I think that's what I was trying to get at before. With all the drama and what everyone's got to say about the team and all the negativity about the team. It actually he's done the complete opposite to what I think they hoped to happen, and it's ignited this serious fire in the team. They really want to get these results in, and I'm noticing it for myself since silly season. The energy in the team's been insane. The amount of practice and stuff the guys are doing, it's just been unlucky, across not just Div 2, Div 1, 2, to all the way to 6. We've just had some serious unlucky results. Div 4 tonight's a perfect example, qualifying pole and then internet disconnecting before the race. So that's been pretty much the story of our season. But the results are there, man. The pace is there. Once the luck shifts and, we get a bit of luck, I think we'll be quite surprised at how far we can go up. But like I said, my goal is to just, keep moving forward and making sure all the boys are enjoying it, trying to shield them from what's going on the outside and just get them to turn up and race. And that's all they need to do. So that's the goal moving forward, mate.
Yeah, that's the way to be, mate. That is the way to be. Well, Division 3, 4, 5, and 6 all up next. Dido, mate, absolute phenomenal result, mate. You should be extremely happy. Go and celebrate. Enjoy the Singapore Grand Prix. And, we'll see you next week in Monza.
Thanks, bro. Appreciate it. Thanks for the comms and obviously the top 3 tonight. Well done, boys.
Cheers. Tuesday. That is the end of another phenomenal race. It's been very interesting at Silverstone tyre, where it has really been the issue here. Division 1, fantastic night we saw there last night. Division 4 today, and the same again for Division 2. What can we see tomorrow from me and you?
Hopefully a win for me. I need it. Oh.
I'm itching, mate. I'm itching. I'm getting closer and closer. P3 in Zandvoort, and P5 last week. So, I think we're going to see fantastic. And I'm looking forward to tomorrow night. And Tuesday, thank you very much for jumping in. I know you were late to the party, but thank you very much for covering my voice, my friend. 2 hours and 17 minutes is a long time to do on your own, but it would have been, I wouldn't have minded. But no, thank you very much for your support, as always.
No worries, brother. Happy to be here, and glad I showed up because, boy, was that some good racing.
Yeah, definitely was. That was a fun-filled, action-packed night for Division 2. It's always fun, a fun-filled, action-packed, even though you've got the derogatory colours in the stream and trying to put people down still, but you still put racing on like that, guys. And that is what you got to see. You got to see those 20 guys on track respecting each other. That is what it's all about. Yes, we do get involved in incidents. Yes, there is things that happen on track, but we live, we learn, we go again. It's Monza next week. Please, all learn turn 1, because that's going to be the interesting one. There will be a pit lane video, actually, 100% for that one, because the pit lane is probably one of the worst tracks because it's so slow, very similar to Bahrain. But that is not it. You're going to see more action tomorrow night with me and Tuesday on the track. Will you be voting for him, or will you be voting for me? Or will you be voting for someone else? We'll have to wait and see. There's a few surprises, as there's a few big shots not racing. So it does give us a massive opportunity. Who else can get the wins? But thank you very much to everyone tuning in, as always. Big up to the followers of Looksy Ferris 89 and everyone else that tuned in earlier on. Mersbet, Sizzy, Kalki, Q&As, Mini Giorgio. And thank you very much to everyone, and also to our sponsors, AI369, Pagni and SimLab, and our affiliate this season, SRC. And as I've always said, if you need a setup and you are still struggling around Silverstone, then feel free to get on SRC and get into the comments and jump in. Or if you're needing a setup for Monza, which could be 00 rings, we'll have to wait and see, then jump on. Or if you're needing anything else and you feel like your wheel is gone and your brakes are on the way out, then feel free to jump aboard Pagnian and get amongst the code as well. And as I always say, I give you a quote before I go. There's 8 winners this season in Division 2. Who said that people needed to go up? Who said that people need to go down? It's going nowhere. Division 2 rocks on next week for Monza. Congratulations to the podium winners, and we'll see you next week for Turn 1 shenanigans. Good night.